Hello, friends. Welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Bite of 6th of February and day of profit booking, slight correction in some spaces, nothing really material. We are waiting for the RBI policy now, and that is going to uh, give some new direction, hopefully tomorrow. We're going to do round 33 of the Ask Weekend Investing series. This will be done tomorrow evening, Friday evening, and you can send in your queries if you have any on X and use this hashtag ask weekend investing and put your query there. Hopefully we'll be able to take up all the queries that come in. You can send your query by 3:30 on Friday and we'll cover it in the evening video on Friday itself. There is a special rebalance, so this one is for subscribers of MI India Top 10 and MI Evergreen. There is a change in one stock in both these strategies. You can execute this on 7th February or later. And if you when you rebalance this, if you get small incremental changes from other stocks, you can customize the order and ignore that. So this is one mid-period change that is happening on the monthly strategies. So we'll talk about some mistakes that a lot of folks are doing. They are making the same mistakes, the same kind of losses are happening. We need to be beware of these situations. We'll talk about this in the second half. Do read the disclaimer and do subscribe to the channel as well. Now let's look at where the market is headed. As I was mentioning, last two sessions have been sort of profit booking. We've come a significant 1,000 points in the last 8 or 10 days. And I think resting here for some time was not a bad idea. I think post RBI meet, if we get a cut, we probably can swing to a new high. That is the guess that I'm having. Bank of England, as I am recording this, has just cut the rates. So there seems to be a trend of cutting rates across central banks that is catching on. Minus 0.39% on Nifty. Nifty Junior also dropped 0.7%. Mid caps dropped 1% more steeper than Nifty Junior as well. Small caps, however, did not drop at all at minus 0.04%. So small cap strength is re-establishing to some extent. Probably the results in mid and small cap space has given some confidence, or maybe the hot money that needed to get out has already gotten out. Bank Nifty also was very stable after the SBI results, although SBI did fall a bit on that news. Gold is totally flat today. Gold has had a crazy kind of a run in the last 25 days. From 74,000, we've come to 84,000, rather 85,000 on gold. So a huge run up has happened in just 3 weeks. I think some time to rest also probably. I'll be happy if it rests here and then takes the next leap forward. In the momentum trends on advanced decline, you can see advances were 194, declines was 303. So the bias was definitely towards downside. In the heat maps also largely all red. You had some green in Infosys, HCL Tech, Adani Port, Cipla, few stocks, but mostly red. In the Nifty Next 50 space also, you had some big cuts in Lodha, T-Mart, Varun Beverages, and so on and so forth. Only Zydus Life and Naukri were up post their results. In the sectoral trends, almost all sectors were down. Capital market, real estate, defense being the worst hit. And you had pharma, private banks, IT stocks, the defensive ones maintain some small green here. You can see this today's move here. On the last 1 week basis, you already have defense and public sector enterprise stocks already dipping into the red again. So this budget effect seems to be waning now, and the next cues are now awaited in the market. Pharma up more than 0.5%. Some of the pharma stocks were running. You can see the list on the left side of your screen. Let's talk about this mistake that we are highlighting today. Time to time, we do want not just our subscribers, but the general public out there to become more aware of what traps that they may be falling into. So today we're going to talk about the defense theme. All these news stories that you read are in the last 6 odd months, where new NFOs were getting launched, new mutual funds were getting launched, but with the theme of the defense stocks, defense index, defense NFO, so on and so forth. And you know, uh, there is a background to this, and I want to highlight that background. So let's look at the defense index itself. The defense index fell almost 60% in 2.5 years from 2 years from April 18 to March 2020. So it was extremely, you can say, oversold, underowned, and extremely smashed down. But from there, from March 2020 bottom, a new bull run started in defense stocks, and defense index went up 15 times. I mean, it sounds kind of you can say, unlikely that a index like defense, where which had retraced 60% just 2 years back, went up 1,557% with a CAGR of 94% for 4 years plus. So, I mean, while the place to get in probably was in 2021, 2022, and perhaps even 2023, most of the products in this space were launched first half of 2024. So beyond this point were where the most of the launches were, and that's where the started to come off, and it's already off about 28% since then. So this is a very clear situation of FOMO having been generated by retail public, and that being recognized by the producers and content creators of this market that we have, that people are lining up for defense stocks. Let us sell them defense stocks. Doesn't matter if we are at the fag end of this particular run. So unfortunately, I mean, I'll not make friends in the industry as I say this, but this is the scum that exists in the industry, where only commissions matter and AUMs matter. Uh, it does not really matter to them, whether at what stage of the market are we launching. Will the end user actually benefit or not? That is not the criteria for most of them. And basically, the distribution of the uh, industry, and I'll come to that. So nothing was launched here till about the index had gone up so much, but everything was launched here basically in this last phase of the move. So retail, like always, you know, got got very greedy, got into FOMO, and burned their not just fingers but a lot of other things. But that's what happens all the time. So there are four animals in the market. I say there is a bull, there's a bear. They will make money from time to time. There is the pig, which gets roasted right here, and then there is the sheep, which gets cut when this happens. So you don't want to be the pig or the sheep. You want to be the bull and the bear. Bull is the simplest because you don't have to do anything. You just have to enter and exit at the right times. Defense stocks, you can see here, the last column is drop from 52-week highs. All the defense stocks are here. The range of the fall is crazy, 30% to 50%. Some of the stocks did very well. So Mazagon Dock, for instance, 1500%, Kochi Shipyard 700%, Zentex 688%, GRSC 521%. So if you participated, HAL 442%, if you participated in some part of that huge rally, then of course, maybe 20-30% down is fine. You made 100 to 500 and now you're down to 300, still okay. But having to get sucked into the things at 500 and now being down to 300, that is a problem. That happens usually. 494 schemes are there in the market right now as of December 31. 202 out of those 494 are thematic funds, like for instance defense, like for instance renewable energy, like for instance EVs. All this kind of bunching up of some themes and selling it because that theme is right now popular. you know uh, Infrastructure stocks are going up, launch a infra scheme. IT stocks are going up, launch a IT scheme. PSU banks are going up, launch PSU bank scheme, because that is what sells at that point of time. So all these bank RMs, all these mutual fund distributors, they are incentivized to sell these themes, and they get huge commissions, much more than selling you a plain vanilla fund or any other product. So that is the incentive from their side. You can't blame them also. I mean, they are at the end of the day, having a shop from which you are going to buy. Their selling techniques may be questionable, but uh, the uh, the buyer beware situation always exists. So if you are not educated, people will take you for a ride. That is the rule of the jungle. So that's where we are on in terms of number of schemes, and in terms of AUM, you can see 15,000 crores was generated towards thematics funds out of 41,000 crores. So again, 37% money is going into very specific sector or thematic funds, and that is a problem, because these funds will not rotate into other themes when this theme is not working. You will have to be invested in it only. If somebody invested in infrastructure theme in 2008, probably they've never made money. If somebody invested in IT theme in 2000, probably they make money for the next decade. So this is the problem. These are uh, I wouldn't say well-meaning products. These are products that should be available at all times, and they should be sold at all times. And then some advisor or some financial uh, manager should be telling you at what times you should be buying what theme, and what times you should be getting out of them. This getting out of things is something that is not talked about. Just buy and hold and sleep. It doesn't work. That is the only reason why people get stuck with things for long periods of time. So the takeaways from today's episode is that no sector stays strong forever. So if you want the best opportunity cost for the capital that you're putting into markets, you will need to exit from things and go into trends that are now, for instance, AI was the theme for so long. Now AI theme seems to be, getting a bit shaky. So people have to move to some other theme. Those who will come at the top and stay in, maybe they'll make money, but maybe 10 years later, maybe they'll never make money. Uh, there have been so many themes where never, once that theme went away, it never made money. So many times it has happened. So be very careful where you're investing. Don't be that ignorant and stupid investor where somebody tells you buy this and you close your eyes and buy that. Don't do that. Always at least invest with somebody who will get out of those themes and get new themes in. Even any plain vanilla fund manager also will do that, because his career is also at risk. He cannot afford to have, just sit in something and wait. So being dynamic, having a systematic approach, being adaptable uh, to changes in the markets is very, very important to have a long life as a good investor. I think, let me know what is your thought process on this, buy, hold, and sleep kind of a push that is there from a lot of these market intermediaries. And do let me know. Do subscribe to the channel and like and share these videos. Thank you. Bye.